Hello, Legal Academia. My name is Saman Naran Upadhyay. I am Assistant Professor of Law in the Department of Legal Studies, Sant Gaira Guru Vishwavidyalaya Sarguja Ambikapur, Chhattisgarh. In this video lecture, I welcome all of you to have interesting description about the jurisprudence of human rights. Basically, this course curriculum has been designed to inform students of LL.M third semester about the jurisprudential aspect of human rights. So, dear friends, what we are supposed to discuss in this paper, let me take you to the course curriculum. First and foremost, we are supposed to discuss, as we are discussing in other papers, here also we will discuss about the meaning of human rights. In its jurisprudential aspect, we are taking first jurisprudential meaning of the human rights. Thereafter, we will take up the meaning of human rights under the international and regional instruments as well as under the Indian municipal laws. What we are having in India is the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993, in addition to the Constitution of India. Thereafter, we will have classification of human rights from its very different aspects. That is, including first one is the minimum two-party theory. Second would be the legal relationship, and third is the rejection of self-evidentary theory. What we understood about the human rights is obviously coming to us only in the forms of what it is evidencing from its phrase, that is human rights. But actually, the meaning of human rights is not that. So here, when we would go to classify the human rights, then we will take up this particular point and we will show that how the self-evidentary theory has been rejected to understand and classify the term human rights. Thereafter, in this unit first, we would again discuss about the characteristics of human rights. Thereunder, we will discuss the important, moral, universal, protective, humanizing, community building, all these characteristics of the human rights. Thereafter, we will discuss the determination of functions-based meaning of human rights. Therein, we will have discussion about the rational functions, restraining functions, legitimatizing functions, and distributive functions of the human rights. In Unit 3, dear friends, we will discuss the legal and philosophical foundations of human rights, that is, from its traditional aspect. Thereunder, we will take up first the theological aspect of the human rights, that how the theology has been succeeded to develop the legal as well as the philosophical foundations of the human rights. Accordingly, we will also discuss its natural views or approaches and the positivism, how the positivism has helped out to develop the legal and philosophical foundation of human rights. Marxists have also done good deal of job in the development of human rights. So we will discuss the Marxism as the legal and philosophical foundation of human rights. And in the last but not the least, we will also discuss the sociological approaches, that how the sociological approach has been successful to give us a good deal of the legal and philosophical foundation of human rights. In Unit 3, dear friends, we will discuss the modern legal and philosophical foundation of human rights. Thereunder, we will discuss the theories based on justice. You might be knowing about the John Rawls, who has written the idea of justice, and we have also seen the theory of justice. Sorry, it was called theory of justice, and in idea of justice, we have seen the Professor Amrit Sen's contribution, that we will discuss there on the justice-based theories of the modern legal and philosophical foundation of human rights. Then theories based on revisited state of nature and the minimalist state theory, theories based on dignity, and undeveloped theories, that is the new generation of human rights, what we are oftenly asked to describe about the third generation of human rights. Then we will see there how Karl Vasak has beautifully categorized the development of human rights into three generations. He has classified the first generation of human rights and the second generation of human rights. Ultimately, he has given the third generation of human rights as the collective rights or the group rights or the bargaining rights. Dear friends, in Unit 4, we'll discuss the values and its contribution in the formation of concept of human rights. Therein, we will discuss about the meanings and kinds of values, contextual relevance of values, instrumental values, values to the scheme of rights. And dear friends, in the last unit, that is Unit 5, we will discuss the human rights and the global challenges. As far as this particular unit's heading is concerned, there is no discussion that what areas we have to take up under this particular unit. So it is open-ended unit wherein we are free to discuss different aspects which are coming from the global scenario as a challenge to the human rights, particularly those challenges which are causing hindrances in the enforcement or the implementation of the human rights as well as causing hindrances to the fullest enjoyment of the human rights. For example, the WTO, what it is concluding in the global world trade or in the world trade, is it allowing the enjoyment of human rights across the globe without any hindrances, or is it causing some sort of the hindrances? Next thing is, for example, the sustainable development goals, what the United Nations organization have already devised under its 17 items or headings are the goals. So, are they coming across the world uniformly and giving a boost to the implementation of human rights? Are some rules and regulations what are have to be framed to attain all these 17 goals? Are they about to cause some hindrances uh, to the enforcement and the enjoyment of the human rights in those countries who are which are very poor and unable to afford the cost accruing to them out of those uh, fulfillment of those sustainable development goals which have been set out by the United Nations organizations if it is being made mandatory. So, dear friends, in this paper, we will have discussion about all those things. Thank you very much. We will come again with the next video lecture, wherein we will discuss the first unit and we will have great deal of discussion about the jurisprudential meaning of the human rights. Thank you very much.